KCMO Talk Radio. Now on FM at 95.7. It's time for What If Wednesday.
What if, instead of having you on this radio station, there was somebody else?
Been there, done it. Didn't work, John. 3 questions on a What If Wednesday. Let her rip.
What if Joe Biden's comments on Trump supporters are this election's Hillary Clinton basket of deplorables comment?
Oh, well, then Donald Trump is going to have the same outcome that he had in 2016. Here he was last night on a Zoom call.
Puerto Rico, where I'm in my home state of Delaware, they're good, decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. His demonization of seen as unconscionable, and it's un-American.
There you have it. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. Joe Biden last night on Zoom. Clean up aisle 9. Clean up aisle 9. And that's what the White House is attempting to do right now. They know how damaging this is, and what they're doing is they're now changing the transcript. If you go to whitehouse.gov, you can see the official transcript of the president's comments. And what they've done is they've changed supporters as a word to now supporters with an apostrophe S, implying that Joe Biden was only talking about the guy who gave the dumb jokes at the Trump rally at the Garden on Sunday night. They're making it now singular. Supporters comments implying it was really about Tony Hinchcliffe and not that Donald Trump supporters are, in Joe Biden's words, garbage. Will it work? I don't know. The media will buy it. I'll have more examples of that next hour.
Oh, yeah, we'll hear all about it.
Yes, it shouldn't work, but it might, I suppose, to some extent. I just want to make Orwell fiction again. That's what I want.
Knowing this nation's proclivity for grammar, they all be going, huh?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, based on some of the numbers we're seeing on the grammar inability of American students, I am not going to be impressed by suddenly everyone now being an expert on grammar in this country. Something tells me that is no way going to be the case. What's next, John?
What if Jackson County officials better prepared for early voting?
Well, then you wouldn't have what are reported as 2-hour lines across Jackson County over the last couple of days. And that's what you're seeing, and that's what's being reported. And I know many of you have experienced that. So apparently, and this was great information this morning from one of our callers, we know that the Kansas City Election Board's different from the Jackson County Election Board. And Tammy Brown, who is the director of the Jackson County Election Board, only has 2 early voting locations set up in all of Jackson County outside of Kansas City, Missouri proper. And that is a complete dereliction of duty because everybody knew the whole world was going to get out and vote early this year. We were going to have a big surge of Republican early voting this year because Republicans finally woke up this cycle and are like, instead of complaining how the game is played, instead of complaining about the referees, let's just play the game the way it's intended to be played and get our voters out and vote early. Now, don't vote often, but vote early. So we all knew this was going to happen. And what do they do in Jackson County? Yeah, we got our 2 locations. And now, according to the Kansas City Star yesterday, there were 170 people waiting 2 hours to vote yesterday afternoon at one of the 2 locations that currently serve Jackson County residents who live outside of the limits of Kansas City. Seniors are sitting on their walkers, babies are in parents' arms, and people of all ages are waiting around to vote. And by the way, the weather has not been great to stand in line for 2 hours the last couple of days. So what is the response from the Jackson County Election Board? Well, make sure you bring a snack. Literally, that's what they're saying. Tammy Brown said that both the Blue Springs and Independence early voting locations each took in about 100 people an hour. She suggested voters come prepared with a chair, water, and snacks, and dress for the weather. Should they bring a tent as well while they're at it there, Tammy?
Jeez.
Anything else? How many meals should be prepped to wait in line? You said water and snacks, but it sounds like that may not be enough. Maybe if you eat lunch before you go out and vote and you just bring dinner, you might be okay. But it depends what time of day you go. It's an insult to the voters. And everyone knew that early voting was going to skyrocket this year, except apparently for the lady in charge, Tammy Brown, of the Jackson County Election Board. She had no idea. It's just unfortunate because this is a great thing to have happen. Many Republicans, let's be honest, it's Eastern Jackson County, showing out to vote early. And now they're waiting in lines that are multiple hour lines. I mean, I'll tell you right now, we voted early last Thursday. We took the girls. We were coming back from Home Depot. Had to get a propane tank. Mama wanted some grilled chicken. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just go vote. We'll just get it over with. We had the 3 kids in and out in 5 minutes. It worked out great. It was super easy and simple. But if we had to wait in a 2-hour line, we just can't do it. Try taking 3 kids to go vote early for 2 hours. Or even if you swap, I mean, that's 4 hours out of your day. That's nuts. It's a disservice, and it's just more incompetency from Jackson County. What's next, John?
What if 50 Cent accepted $3 million from the GOP to perform Many Men?
It would have been one of the most iconic moments in American political history. So 50 Cent said on a nationally syndicated radio show yesterday, the Charlamagne the God Show, that the GOP offered him $3 million to perform at Madison Square Garden on Sunday night. And they wanted him also for the Republican National Convention over the summer. And Many Men is a song about, how people basically want him dead. And we all know that, unfortunately, that's been the case for Donald Trump the last few months. It would have been iconic. 50 turned it down, and it must be nice to turn down $3 million. Like, nah, I don't need it. I'm good. But he turned it down. He's like, there's no benefit in me getting political. No matter what, I'm bothering somebody. It's the old Michael Jordan adage of Republicans buy sneakers too. And if you're 50 Cent, not a bad play. I don't blame him for saying no to this. But if he had performed that song live at the Garden on Sunday while Trump walks out, or if he did it at the RNC while Trump's wearing the ear patch, man, that would have been a thing of political lore. There's What If Wednesday on KCMO.